Well, hello there again, my little busted babies. I'm so weird, y'all. Anyways, y'all want to know how Beyonce feels about Aaliyah? No? I do. Okay. So because I do, we're going to find out. I did read Aaliyah after I read Tasha K, and I have yet to post that video, and I think I'm going to wait until after I do this reading before I post it, before I decide if I want to or not. That reading was on how Aaliyah feels about Jay-Z while she was alive, you know, at the time that she passed and currently. And I don't know how I feel about it because I don't know. I just don't know. I think that this Mercury retrograde is affecting how my reading is, because I feel like I was getting in the way of the energy. So anyways, we're going to see how Beyonce feels about Aaliyah. So I'm going to call Beyonce. My good Judy B. Beyonce, how do you feel about Aaliyah? Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter, please bring your energy here to me, into these cards, and tell me, how do you feel about Aaliyah? What was you and Aaliyah's relationship like, Beyonce? What was the relationship like between you and Aaliyah when she was alive and at the time that she died? How did you feel about her then? How do you feel about her now? That light bulb, when it blinked, even though I had my eyes open, I saw it because it hurt. It hurt. I always notice when people don't want me to see things. You know who else had a strong high priestess? Who are you? Summoning me because I hear you, I see you too. Energy. Kim Kardashian. I was reading Kanye. I did him. It's on my page actually, and I even mentioned what my experience. I think I had to go and stop the reading and anoint myself actually when she came into the reading. Beyonce. Now you should know me by now, and you know, girl. You know, talk to me about Aaliyah. Your feelings then, your feelings now. What was your relationship like? Talk to me about what your soul has to say, not about what you try to hide behind the veil, Beyonce. In this moment, speak from your soul and its truth. Now, I didn't like that bitch, allegedly. I wouldn't have been surprised if I got the Two of Wands in reverse or upright, because I get it was me or her energy, and I'm actually going to go ahead and post my Aaliyah reading now, seeing this card. This feeling in my stomach that I just got, she didn't like her, allegedly. She was in the way, allegedly. The challenge is, how can I make her go away? I just want her to go away. I just want her to go away. Beyonce's ambition. I named my first ever Beyonce reading on my channel, and I've read Beyonce a few times to myself. The first time I've ever read her on my channel, and I've read her and seen some amazing things, you guys. But what I've posted, I feel like it doesn't compare to what I've seen. I called it Ambitions as a Writer because Beyonce is pure ambition, just like her husband. Equally yoked. That's why they don't get along. That's why they bump heads. Hold on, I'm finna start burping. Excuse me, you guys. But it's okay. It's all right. Because one thing about Dina, and that all the spirits know, and that you too shall know, Queen Bee, is that around these parts, I am big dog. How can I make her go away? That was a challenge. Now, I'm not saying that in a literal physical sense. I'm saying like the thorn in my side that I just want to go away so that I can be. So that I can be. Recent past, every time I see that bitch, including at the MTV Awards when Beyonce allegedly, now this is all alleged. This is my disclaimer, is that I smoke weed. I just finished 2.5 glasses of Riesling. And some people would call me and what I do crazy. And you know what? If that's how you feel, I agree. I'm a crazy ass bitch. Crazy motherfucker. So everything that I'm saying is based on my imagination and picture cards. And it's all based in opinion. And this is story time with Adina. So the story continues that in my mind, and allegedly, even at the MTV Awards when Beyonce had to interview Aaliyah, the star, the one walking the carpet while you're interviewing the celebrities. That's Beyonce with the microphone looking at her. I can't stand that bitch. I just want her to go away so that I can be, allegedly. And all of my wishes were fulfilled on that aeroplane, allegedly. All these wands. All these wands. You know who's a fire sign? A Sagittarius. As above. Oh, that poor girl. Oh, rest in peace. I miss you. Ave Maria. Ave Maria. The boy is mine, the boy is mine, the boy is mine, the boy is mine. You need to give it up. Had about enough. It's so hard to see. The boy is mine. Jay-Z is mine. Yeah, my voice cracked, but you guys, I'm amazing on the mic, actually. I have made music from this throat and this pen. I mean, made money from this throat and this pen, honey. Anyways, because So Below, it was her or me. Love-wise, and most importantly, industry-wise. The industry... Once Beyonce allegedly and her team started really preparing, I mean, really behind the scenes, putting the plans in motion for her to be Beyonce, way before any inklings of it publicly came out to us, they already knew that her main competition in the plan for Beyonce to be who she is today, because that was planned, That was the goal, and it was accomplished. But her main competition was going to be Aaliyah, allegedly. I wonder, Beyonce, if that's why you even wanted to get with Jay-Z. Because Jay-Z was absolutely, allegedly smitten by Aaliyah. Advice: current actions. Beyonce, at the time that Aaliyah passed away, there was no way that you could become the legend, the icon, the part of history that you are if what happened to her, if she never went on that trip. If all the things that conspired that day for Aaliyah's death to happen didn't happen, you wouldn't have happened, or at least you felt that way. Allegedly. External energy. Allegedly, the industry agreed. At the time, and I said this when I was doing my Aaliyah reading, at the time, you were looked at, nobody was expecting you to be more than a country bumpkin. And you allegedly, Beyonce, hated that. But it fueled you. It fueled your ambition to become an international global icon for everybody who said that you would never be more than a Texas country Bama. Mama Louisiana, daddy from Alabama. You mix that Negro with that Creole, makes a Texas Bama. That's what they used to say about you. And allegedly the industry, when it came to you and Aaliyah, when compared to you and Aaliyah, I said I thought I would see the Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles. When it came to you and her, they would choose her. They were already choosing her. She had a head start over you. That's what you felt like was her advantage, was her head start. That's all you felt like she had over you, was her head start. Hopes and fears. Hopes. This might as well be your outcome. Hopes, though. Your hopes, though, that you will be the one to take over the industry, not her. Final outcome, you got your wish. You got your wish. And that small opportunity, you took it and ran with it. Aaliyah's death was the small piece. That's all you needed. That's all you needed, allegedly. That was the outcome. That's all that was needed, was to have her out of the way. Let's clarify. You felt like out of everybody else, you beat the competition. And your dreams were always to be King B. You just... It's like something that was turned down in favor of Aaliyah fueled you to work harder on yourself, to make you the perfectionist that you are. Being your competition. Aaliyah being, listen, allegedly, and this is my opinion, we have Aaliyah to thank for Beyonce, for the beast of the Beyonce that she is, allegedly. All right. Ace of Wands reverse. Why didn't you like her? Because the industry chose her. The industry was choosing her. And Beyonce couldn't beef with her directly. There was no way that she could publicly shade her. And I think that Beyonce had to have a lot of training in her early days. Media training, industry training, grooming. Because I think Beyonce was a cold piece of work a cold piece of work in her early days. And I think that she, in passing, Beyonce has said things that she wanted to get back to Aaliyah, allegedly. Beyonce allegedly was trying, you know, and because that just was her competition. She had to be trained to not publicly or even behind the scenes beef with Aaliyah. She hated that though. Oh, she hated that. She didn't understand what people saw in her. I can just see her. I can see her talking to Solange and Kelly. I don't see what people see in her over me. Like, I look better than her. I'm thicker than her. I sang better than her. I got more ass and thighs than her. You know, I don't see what people see in her, allegedly. Beyonce, Nine of Swords in reverse, challenging you. The thorn in your side. Because you couldn't publicly beef with her. Beyonce, you remember y'all have seen the old clips of Beyonce with her bandmates and things like that, Farrah, and y'all have seen Beyonce do Beyonce back then before she was properly trained. She could not publicly show her disdain for her, and she hated that. Girl, I see them actually having some kind of encounter in my mind, and Aaliyah being like really nice and passive, like trying to, not even understanding why Beyonce is giving her this kind of energy, because Aaliyah wasn't looking at her as competition. And I said this in my Aaliyah reading. Aaliyah didn't see Beyonce the same way Beyonce saw Aaliyah. She just didn't. Aaliyah had more trauma from her head start in the industry that Beyonce envied. And Aaliyah felt like, you know, girl, you do you. I don't want what you want. I'm looking for something else, a new sound, a new movies. I want to do movies. I want to do movies. I don't even want to hang around hip hop thugs anymore. I want to hang around the Jews. Aaliyah was about to cross over into a place and leave Jay-Z, Dame Dash, Rockefeller, hip hop, R. Kelly, all Timbaland, Missy, all of that, the underground, all of that. She was getting ready to leave all of them behind, all of them, and start hanging out with the whites over in Hollywood, allegedly. So she wasn't thinking about it like that, but Beyonce wasn't thinking about it like that either. Recent past, Beyonce, why were you giving her? Because of the love triangle between her, Jay-Z, and Aaliyah, allegedly. This is why Beyonce was giving her the zhuzh in every encounter with her. Because of that three-way relationship, Aaliyah, Beyonce, and the devil Jay-Z, who was manipulating the both of them, especially Beyonce. Beyonce thought that Jay-Z and her were in love. And at least she wanted that, allegedly. But Jay-Z was, you know, he was stringing Beyonce along more than Aaliyah, because Aaliyah knew Jay-Z. She knew the beast that he was. And Jay-Z allegedly was obsessed with Aaliyah's dirty draws, allegedly. Even he would prefer Aaliyah over her if she would have him. But at the end of the day, she just wouldn't have him that way. But he wouldn't let either one of them go, because at the end of the day, one of them will be my, Bonnie and Clyde. That was always a part of his plan. Find a Bonnie and Clyde, cross over, be a family man, cross over and take over the world. He wanted to do that with Aaliyah, not Beyonce, allegedly, but as long as Aaliyah wouldn't submit fully, he wasn't going to fully let Beyonce go either. Now, why is the question, though? Why not just let Aaliyah go and be with Beyonce and make her what you think she will? Why? Because he felt like, one of my subscribers is commenting, he even saw it for Aaliyah. Why would I choose Beyonce over Aaliyah when I know that I can't make Beyonce compete? I can't make Beyonce viable competition with Aaliyah. Now that is the real question, though, because Aaliyah at the end of the day is no longer here, and Beyonce benefited from that competition that she felt like they had. And truly there was, in her and Jay-Z's mind. There was, the only person who wasn't in competition was Aaliyah, allegedly. And that's sad, because what I'm trying to get at is Aaliyah is no longer here, and there was obviously between the two of them. She's no longer here, and Beyonce is what a lot of people thought Aaliyah would be. And we've all heard people say that if Aaliyah was alive, Beyonce wouldn't be X, Y, and Z. Now, that's not my opinion. I'm speaking on what I have heard people say. So, why did allegedly Jay-Z feel like, if I can't have Aaliyah, nobody can? I want to look into this devil before I even go on, because Aaliyah was the bigger star. Why did she have to go? Because she wouldn't submit to him. Aaliyah's death had nothing to do with R. Kelly, allegedly. I got this as Aaliyah's outcome in her reading. Possessive. If only she would have said yes, what would have happened? Aaliyah was an air sign. She would have still been here. I just said if only she had have said yes, because I'm looking at her saying no right in front of the death card. And what did I say I was looking into? The devil. She would have still been here if only. There's that third party that took her life. And she had no idea, really, until the end. Until the end, when she realized that they were packing all of that luggage on the flight. And she asked them, don't you guys think that's too much? And they said, yeah, allegedly, we'll take some off. And as she got on that plane and strapped her in and realized that that plane was cranking up and they were moving, and she started asking, did y'all see them take any of that stuff off, allegedly? That's when she knew. Allegedly. Eight of Wands. In Beyonce's future, what did I say? That plane, all her hopes and dreams came true on that flight. Husband, wife, kids, empire, music empire. Now, why do I smell I knew this would happen? Why do I smell I suspected this? Why do I smell that? Why do I smell I suspected that my husband had something to do with that. Why do I suspect that my husband behind the scenes allegedly asked for a favor, phoned in a favor, had someone else phone in a favor, and had them phone in a favor, and had someone else pay somebody else to just overlook all safety measures and do it? A breadcrumb. Not even the pilot, allegedly. Because even he, when Aaliyah said something, even he, okay, I'll go look into it. No. We don't have time for that. We don't have time for you to drop them off and come back like she asked you to do. To just drop us off with our stuff and come back for this stuff. It's only a less than an hour trip to Miami. We can afford for you to go back and go get the rest of the stuff. No. Don't listen to her. Just go. Everything's fine. Just go. Just go. Here, we'll give you extra money. Just go. Yeah, but it's not safe. It's too heavy. Just go. It'll be fine. It's only right. You've done this before, right? Okay, just go. How much more money? How much more money do you need to just go? And this man is just like smoking a cigarette. Shit, fuck it. All right. I can do it. I suspect that's what happened, allegedly. Beyonce, allegedly. Let me see, though. Because they wouldn't take that luggage off. Me thinks that someone whose name starts with a B heard a conversation, saw someone pay, heard someone tell someone to tell this person, pay this person to pay this person to pay this person to make sure that they get here no matter what, and pack all that shit up on one flight, no double trips. Like a phone call was made. She's asking for the stuff, some of the luggage to be taken off. I don't give a fuck what she's asking. Pack that up, get on the flight, and get to Miami, allegedly. Someone knows that conversation and that transaction happened. Someone whose name allegedly starts with a B. Now, this is, at the time, her not imagining her success. Otherwise, strength in reverse. Six of Cups. Come on. Girl. Because no matter how hard you worked since you were a child, I see this always being a part of the plan, your success. And you had to work so hard as a child, I see. You felt like you had to work so hard as a child with that strength reverse. Let me get one card for it. Planting the seeds. Like your whole childhood was dedicated to becoming Beyonce. And to think that it would have never happened because of Aaliyah, allegedly. Let me look into the opportunities that you were losing in your external energy because of her real quick. One card. I think that people in the industry were talking about you. I said one card, but they were saying... Now that looks like some kind of contract that you possibly were trying to get, that you were passed up for. I don't know if you wanted to do Queen of the Damned because you heard that she was doing it. And people were saying, don't even, girl, you could never. Don't even bother. Let me look at the final outcome. Page of Pentacles. What we all lost was someone's opportunity. I said this was Aaliyah's outcome card when in her reading. It was someone's opportunity, someone's wheel of fortune. And I'm reading, how did Beyonce feel about Aaliyah? And that's the outcome. I couldn't stand that bitch. Allegedly. Look at these cards, you guys. Look at that. 6 of Wands reverse. 9 of Cups reverse. 7 of Wands. 9 of Wands reverse. Queen of the Damned. That is nasty work, Beyonce. I've never seen you in this light. I've never seen you. And I've read your soul and seen it in so many different ways that I actually liked. But in this regard, Beyonce, this is cold, cold, cold work. I'm looking at the Wheel of Fortune. Obtuse, legally blind to it all. But somebody was planning this. Somebody had this in the works in order to make her, Beyonce, in order for her to succeed. She was chosen because Aaliyah didn't want to do what she had to do to become. And Beyonce was willing to. And what didn't she want to do? Accept Jay-Z's love offer. That's it. That's all it took, allegedly, was for her to reject him. I don't think he can take that. I think out of all, allegedly, out of all the women in the world that he could have, he wanted her the most. The most. And there was no way that he was going to allow her to go on and be famous with somebody else. Look, he was not going to allow her to go on and be famous with someone else besides him when he had intentions on being Bonnie and Clyde and taking over. And Beyonce couldn't be that with Aaliyah here, allegedly. And I'm reading Beyonce's feelings and energies towards Aaliyah. And this is the message that I got. So with that being said, I'm going to end it here. Good night.